In today's fast-paced and often overwhelming world, negative thoughts are something that almost everyone experiences at some point. These negative thoughts can take many forms: worry, self-doubt, frustration, anger, or fear. But while negative thoughts are a natural part of the human experience, how we respond to them can make a significant difference in our overall well-being. One of the most insightful and helpful traditions to address negative thinking comes from Buddhism. Buddhism offers a wealth of wisdom on how to approach our thoughts, especially the negative ones, in a way that encourages mindfulness, compassion, and inner peace. The Buddhist path doesn't aim to eliminate thoughts, but rather teaches us how to transform our relationship with them. In this video, we'll explore how Buddhism teaches us to deal with negative thoughts, offering practical steps for cultivating a mind that is calm, aware, and free from suffering. Whether you're looking for ways to improve your mental health, or simply curious about how Buddhist teachings can be applied to daily life, this video will provide you with valuable insights. 1. Understanding the nature of negative thoughts. In Buddhism, negative thoughts are seen as part of the natural mental processes. According to Buddhist teachings, the mind is often clouded by ignorance, craving, and aversion, which fuel negative emotions and thoughts. The first step in addressing negative thoughts is to understand their nature. Buddha taught that everything in life is impermanent, and this includes our thoughts. Negative thoughts arise due to mental habits. We tend to dwell on past regrets or future anxieties. These thoughts are not our true nature. They are transient mental events. However, when we identify with them, we create suffering. Understanding that thoughts are fleeting and not a reflection of who we are is the first step to reducing their power over us. The Four Noble Truths. Buddha's Four Noble Truths provide a framework for understanding and overcoming suffering, including mental suffering caused by negative thoughts. The truth of suffering, dukkha, life involves suffering, and negative thoughts are part of that. The truth of the cause of suffering, samudaya, the root cause of suffering is craving and aversion, which often manifest in negative thoughts. The truth of the end of suffering, nirodha, it's possible to end suffering, including the suffering caused by negative thoughts, by transforming our mindset. The truth of the path, magga, the Eightfold Path, is the way to overcome suffering, including negative mental patterns. 2. Practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is one of the most powerful tools in Buddhism for transforming negative thoughts. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment without judgment. When we are mindful, we are aware of our thoughts as they arise but don't necessarily attach to them. One of the key practices in Buddhism is vipassana meditation, which helps cultivate mindfulness. Through vipassana, we learn to observe our thoughts without becoming involved in them. We see thoughts for what they are, mental events that come and go. By practicing mindfulness, we create a sense of detachment from our thoughts, preventing them from controlling our emotions and actions. A simple mindfulness technique to deal with negative thoughts is to observe them as if you were an impartial witness. When a negative thought arises, notice it, acknowledge it, but don't identify with it. For example, if the thought is, "I'm not good enough," simply observe it as this is a thought arising in my mind. Over time, this practice helps you reduce the emotional charge of negative thoughts and makes it easier to let them go. 3. The practice of right view and right intention. According to the Noble Eightfold Path, which Buddha outlined as the way to overcome suffering, two key aspects can help transform negative thoughts: right view and right intention. Right view is about seeing things as they truly are. This means recognizing that negative thoughts often arise from misconceptions, like the belief that we are our thoughts or that we are doomed to always feel a certain way. In Buddhism, we learn that all things are impermanent and thoughts are no different. Right intention involves cultivating a mindset based on kindness, compassion, and renunciation. When we practice right intention, We set our mind on eliminating harmful thoughts, like anger and hatred, and cultivating positive thoughts, like love and forgiveness. When you experience negative thoughts, reflect on whether they align with your intentions to live peacefully and harmoniously. Do they come from a place of craving or aversion? By setting an intention to cultivate positive mental states, we can counterbalance negative thoughts with compassion and understanding. 4. The power of loving-kindness meditation, metta. Another powerful Buddhist technique for overcoming negative thoughts is loving-kindness meditation, or metta. Metta is the practice of cultivating unconditional love and kindness, first for oneself, and then radiating it outward to others. When negative thoughts arise, they often come from a place of self-judgment or anger toward others. Metta helps to dissolve these negative patterns by replacing them with thoughts of love and goodwill. By silently repeating phrases like, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be safe," you begin to reprogram the mind toward kindness and compassion. This practice can be expanded to others, including those we find difficult or who may have caused us harm. Instead of nurturing resentment or ill will, metta encourages us to wish them peace, understanding, and happiness. This is a powerful antidote to the negative emotions that fuel harmful thoughts. 5. Letting go of attachment to negative thoughts. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is the idea of non-attachment. In this context, non-attachment means not clinging to or identifying with negative thoughts. It's easy to become entangled in our thoughts, believing that they define us. However, Buddhism teaches that we are not our thoughts. Thoughts are simply mental phenomena that come and go. To let go of attachment to negative thoughts, we must practice mindful awareness and detachment. This involves recognizing when a negative thought has arisen, acknowledging it, and then choosing to let it go without following it down a path of rumination or self-criticism. A simple analogy in Buddhism is the idea of watching clouds pass through the sky. Clouds may appear dark and stormy, but they eventually pass, leaving clear skies behind. Similarly, negative thoughts may appear intense, but with practice, we can let them pass without being consumed by them. 6. Transforming the mind with meditation. Buddhist meditation, specifically shamatha, calm abiding meditation, and vipassana, insight meditation, is an essential tool for dealing with negative thoughts. Meditation allows you to train the mind to focus, become more aware of thoughts, and develop a sense of equanimity. Shamatha meditation helps calm the mind by focusing on a single object, such as the breath, a mantra, or a visual object. This creates a peaceful state of mind and makes it easier to deal with negative thoughts when they arise. Vipassana meditation allows practitioners to observe their thoughts and see them as they truly are, impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not self. By gaining insight into the nature of thoughts, you can distance yourself from negative thinking patterns and develop greater clarity and wisdom. Both forms of meditation help foster a sense of inner peace and reduce the emotional reactivity associated with negative thoughts. 7. The role of compassion in healing negative thoughts. In Buddhism, compassion is an essential quality for transforming negative thoughts. Compassion is the ability to feel concern for the suffering of others and ourselves. It is deeply connected to the practice of bodhicitta, which is the aspiration to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. When negative thoughts arise, it's important to treat ourselves with compassion. Instead of criticizing ourselves for having these thoughts, we can acknowledge them with kindness and understanding. When we are compassionate toward ourselves, we are less likely to get caught up in self-criticism and more able to gently guide ourselves toward positive thoughts. 8. Cultivating gratitude and contentment. Buddhism teaches that gratitude and contentment are key antidotes to negative thinking. Negative thoughts often arise when we focus on what we lack or what is wrong in our lives. By cultivating a mindset of gratitude, we begin to shift our focus toward the positive aspects of our lives. Practices such as keeping a gratitude journal or reflecting on the things we appreciate in our daily life can reduce the impact of negative thoughts. When we practice gratitude, we remind ourselves that we have much to be thankful for, and this helps to counterbalance negative thinking. Buddhism offers a rich array of teachings and practices to deal with negative thoughts. By understanding the nature of our thoughts, practicing mindfulness, meditation, compassion, and non-attachment, we can transform our relationship with our negative thoughts and cultivate a mind that is peaceful, clear, and full of positive intentions. The key is to remember that negative thoughts are not permanent. They arise, they pass, and they do not define us. Through the teachings of Buddhism, we can learn to observe them without attachment, respond with compassion, and ultimately transcend the mental patterns that cause suffering. As we continue on this journey, may we find peace within ourselves and extend that peace to others. Thank you for watching, and may your path be filled with understanding, love, and freedom from negative thinking.